I did include a preview, just a title shot JPEG showing you what we're going to create in Photoshop. We're going to invent a title that we're going to use in our tutorials, and it's going to say swimming in the fish tank with a cat. But we need to have it as a PSD file with layers because we want to use the transparency of the background, and we want to be able to use the text font and bring it in as a PSD that we can then change into actual editable text. So we're going to go to Photoshop. We're going to create a new file, and we want to make sure that it is film and video. It's HD HDTV 720p, but we don't want white background. We want to have transparent background. And you want to save this as swimming, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type the title in here. This will not save the title until you save your file, but this way you can have it set up. I'm going to go create. And now we've got this empty file. If I double click on the hand, it'll make it as big as it can be so it's easier to see. And we're going to choose the text tool. We want the regular horizontal text tool. We want to choose a text character. Here we go. So we want to go character, and we want to make sure that we choose Helvetica Neue, and we want it to be bold, and we want it to be 90-point text. So you have to type it in because we don't have that as an option. We want to change the color to a burnt orange because some people probably went to UT Texas at some point in their lives. Okay, so that's what we need. Now we're going to select an insertion point. We want to make sure the paragraph is going to be a centered text. Okay, so make sure that it's centered. Now we're going to click somewhere near the middle, and we're going to type swimming. Whoop. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, swimming, and then return in the fish tank. Return with a small cat. Okay, we're going to save that at this point. Make sure that it's saving. We want to go to the desktop. We want to go to the tutorials, and we want to save it into the layered PSD AI files. And okay, thank you. So swimming in the fish tank with the cat, but is it exactly centered? We don't know. So I'm going to turn off my grid so that's not interfering. But we want to select everything here. So Command A, and now we have the option of centering this vertically and horizontally. There it is. Command S, so now that is saved. We've got it saved. And this is exactly what we want. And we're going to exit. So may as well just quit Photoshop. And now we will open up our tutorials once more. And we will go to the project window, and if it's not showing, or if you don't have any room, and right now I don't have any room, you can just go File and Import, and we're going to go to the correct folder. Let's go to Desktop, and we want to get the swimming PSD. Make sure we're going to import this as composition retain layer sizes because we are going to actually use this as a composition. Make sure it says that and say OK. So here's swimming. I'm going to take it out of the audio folder. I don't want it in there. This happens when you don't have any room. Right now I have no room. Okay, I'm going to drag it down. There it is. Okay, so now I've got it dragged down, and I'm going to open it. And here it is, and it has no background. Let's add a solid layer to the composition and drag it behind the text. So let's go to Layer, New, Solid, and we can choose a dark blue because that'll make it show up nicely. And let's a little bit. There, that looks good. Say OK. There we go. It's kind of bright and cheerful. Command save. Now, right click. We want to create and convert to editable text. And let's look at the blogmotionisland.com preview of the presets. So I'm going to open up my Google and I'll just say open it up, and let's go down to, let's look at some of these interesting previews. So Bungie's a nice one. Or you could use Swing Up. So, but you can't choose it from here. You have to choose it from within After Effects. But let's go ahead and go back to After Effects now, and let's say we're going to use Bungie. So let's get to the Effects windows, Workspace, Effects, and let's choose Bungie. Text. See, there it is. Bungie. And now it has applied it, and we can see what it does. I'm going to press U. You see there's a whole bunch of keyframes now. And press the space bar, and there it goes. Looks real interesting. So you can use any of the presets you want. This is the one I chose. You could choose a different one, but just know that each one of them will have their own different way of applying, the number of keyframes, how long it lasts. Now you don't want this comp to last longer than 5 seconds. So you want to make sure that it is a 5-second comp. Now it should be, because the last thing we were working on was a 5-second comp, but it depends on who was signed on last on your computer. So let's Command S,